Okay, so I get this question a lot. The question is, how much money can you make as a beginner trader? Well, let's talk about that in this video. Now, when you talk about how much money can you make as a trader, the first thing that I want to tell you that 90% of traders are going to lose money, and it is what it is. It's not going to change. Nothing you can do about it. And why do they lose money? I have a lot of videos that explain those. You can check out other videos on this channel. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss. But let's talk about realistically, if you are getting started as a trader right now, how much money can you make, right? So I have heard people that have started with $100 and then turning that $100 into $2,000, $3,000 in less than 24 hours. And then for most of these people, what I know is they probably lost that money again, okay? And also I've seen people growing steadily from $100 maybe to $500, and then maybe after 3-4 months of that grind they just lose everything at once, right? So there's no really a set in stone or an answer that you can say, okay, I'm going to be a trader and this is exactly how much money I can make in the market. But let me explain to you how you can know exactly how much money can you afford to make in the market. The first thing that is going to control that is how much money are you willing to risk, or can you lose in the market without losing your life? And what do I mean by losing your life? We all have family, you all have lives to live, we all have kids to take care of, if you do have kids to take care of. But the thing is, when you put your first deposit into the market, you have to consider that money as the money that you can lose right now, and then it's not going to affect your life that much negatively, right? So for example, if you have $1,000 to start trading, there's chances that you can easily make $50, $100 from that money, right? But if you only have $10 to trade, there's way less chances that you can either make $50 from $10, right? Because you are going to need a 300%, 500%, 1,000% return. And 1,000% return can come, but it can only come if you take the highest of risks, which is probably full margin, maybe risking half of the account on one trade, okay? But if you have bigger capital, then you can probably make a little more money than people who have small capital, because the more capital you have, the less returns you need to make a sustainable income from trading. Now, I know that the reason why most people are asking this question is because most people, they think that they can just start now and then in a few months they can become let's say full-time traders, right? Now, I tell people that I've been trading since 2018, but I'm not a full-time trader. Why? Because I don't want my life to be only relying on trading. I don't want my income from trading to be the only source of income that I have. And why is this? This is because I know that I cannot go from January to December being profitable each and every month. I've tried it before, it doesn't work. You are going to have months that you either make less money or lose money or even barely break even, right? So trading cannot be something that you can just go into and then say, I want to make $10,000 in the next month. Of course you can, but you would need $100,000, $200,000 in capital. If you have a small account right now and you are getting started, you should not be worried about how much money you are making in the market. What you should be worried about is how much percentage can I get if I execute my strategy flawlessly for a month, 2 months, 3 months. And why am I saying this? In this day and age, it's not very hard to get capital to trade, right? It's not very, very hard because you can get into prop firms. All you have to do is you need to know exactly how good can you perform, how good your strategy can perform, how much can you be disciplined to follow any of these strategies. And then if you do that, right, you can now know that, okay, I can constantly make 5 to 10% maybe in a month. So if I get a prop firm account, and if I get a $50,000 account, and if I get 5%, that's gonna be a good amount of money. If I get a 100K challenge or prop firm account and I end up making 2%, that's $2,000. But don't be worried about how much money can I make. You should be worried about how much percentage can I get from any of my capital or anything like that. Now, getting back to people who trade small accounts, I do trade small accounts sometimes, most of the time, in fact. Small accounts, I take high risk. I trade the synthetic indices on small accounts. These accounts, I enjoy trading them because I can take $10 with synthetic indices. I can take $10 to $100 maybe in less than 2 days or in less than a day or in a few hours. But at the same time, you have to understand that there's a lot of times when I try and lose, right? So I might try 4 times losing by $10, right? And then on the 50th time, maybe I take it 100 to 200, 100, maybe 10 to 100, 10 to 200, 10 to 60, 10 to 50, 10 to 30, right? But at the same time, right, if I lose 7 accounts of $10, right, that means I lost $70. So if I end up, so on the maybe on the 8th try, if I end up making $60, it doesn't mean I have made profit, right? But these are accounts that I trade for fun. But when it comes to the serious incomes that comes for my family, that comes for everyone that I care for, I have other business that I do, but most importantly, I also need big accounts, right? So that's why I always say you should not be only relying in this day and age on only your broker. You need a broker's account and also you need a prop firm account, right? So if you make money from the prop firm account, you can now put it on your broker's account, and that way you can scale up your trading. So firstly, do not worry about how much money you can make. Just worry about how good your strategy can perform and how well you can perform. So you can practice this on demo accounts. You can practice this on ProFirm challenge accounts. Okay, so I hope I did answer that question well. If you think that this answer is okay, if you think that there's other things that I left, you can leave the comment down below. I know that there's going to be a lot of negative comments. I'm getting those a lot now that the channel is big. But anyways, do not anyways, you can just go ahead and leave your comment, and then we can chat through the comments of this video. Thank you for watching, and if you want to get free trading signals, check out the link in the description below.